Hello everyone, welcome to dmetalgalaxy YouTube channel. Here we are at Kaltenbach Day 2 with a different guest, not the same label, Nuclearblast, and here is Stefan from Obscura.
Hi there.
Nice, so we haven't met yet, first time for everything, so tell us who are you and how do we recognize your sound?
Well, Obscura is around since 2002 already, so the band has been established since more than 20 years. We are touring forever. We did hundreds of shows, and today we're here at Kaltenbach Open Air, a lovely festival I played a couple of years ago with another band, and I'm very happy that it worked out for this festival with Obscura. Well, the sound of our band is pretty much a death metal band, but we also love prog music, rock music, and we just combine everything. Also look into a little bit of black metal and thrash metals. Just have a listen and you will figure.
Listen to Obscura. And which the other band that you were here?
I played here a couple of years ago with another band called Tulkandra. It's a black metal band from Germany.
Another project. And for those who want to hear more about Tulkandra next time, as we are here for Obscura, what are the expectations? Because you have been last year, so tell us what are the expectations for this edition and what's different do you think in this year?
Well, the nice thing about Kaltenbach Open Air is the fact that they have one stage, so that means you have a little bit of time to, pause. You're not in an environment where you constantly have a lot of sound and a lot of noise, so everything has more like a family-like vibe. You see the same faces again. You have a lot of people that show up to the festival every year again because it's their annual happening. And I already saw a couple of friends from Vienna, from Graz, and from Wales and Linz around here. So we don't live too far away, so we know a lot of people that are here, and it's just a fun festival to hang around and. Not only to play, but also behind the stage, there are a lot of familiar faces we just have a good time with. So our expectation is having a good show. Hopefully the sun is staying where it is, and
smoking hot.
Yeah, absolutely. So I prefer that to ice cold, frostbitten nights. So let's have a good show, good time, and let's see.
Exactly, and I agree especially with the family vibe, and that's why we are back as well. One of the reasons as well to line up, because as you said, it's a nice small festival where you recognize people, and we are here back as well for the second time. So great that we established. And your second impression, is there anything different in this edition?
Absolutely not. It's the same faces in production, the same faces in the backstage, in the hospitality, and when you come up over here with your car, you just get welcomed, and
the same people. Yeah, we were welcomed today as well, the same people. So shout out to the organization setting this great festival up. So let's go back to Obscura. So Obscura plays complex technical music. Before we dive further, like you said, sometimes you need good sound. So what is for you very important when you do a gig, and when it goes wrong, how do you solve this?
Well, first of all, a good gig is if band and the audience are happy after the show. If you just go after a concert or like here after a festival home with a big smile in your face and have a good time with your friends, I think this is the biggest benefit you can have as a band. And personally, playing well, of course, is always a factor, but also playing in front of new people always helps, because you have to work hard that you convince people of your band, of your music. And if something goes wrong, it goes wrong. But it's more about the attitude, how you deal with it. Shit happens, that happens to every band. If you're a small band that just has their first gig, or if you're a stadium rock band with 60,000 people, shit can happen. But if you keep a positive attitude and just stay optimistic with a smile, shit happens. People understand. But if you're, on the other hand, if you're upset, if you have like a bad vibe and you're getting upset and angry, so does the audience. So
yeah, I think react.
Yeah, absolutely.
And speaking about that, well, just to put it like frankly, like, did you have ever like bad sound, like a very bad gig where the sound was shit?
That happens every now and then, but that's our problem. That shouldn't be a problem of the audience. So if we have a bad sound on stage, we are confident enough to just overplay it. We just go off stage and say, that was weird today, but people in front of the stage, they shouldn't realize that. So everything that happens behind the curtain should stay there, and we are just here to deliver. You know, people visit a festival to have a good time, to see a couple of artists, to get delivered good shows, and that's why we are here.
Nice, very good words, Steven, and definitely agree. So speaking about technical debt, that's the music, at least what I read in BL you play. So what elements do you think, what's important in your music to keep it refreshed, to challenge yourself, but as well leave something for the next time?
Very important to me are hook lines, good melodies, strong choruses, and yes, I love technical music, I love progressive music and very advanced arrangements, but at the same time it should be not music for musicians. You know, if you are there to having a cold beer with your friends and you see a band that is rocking out, although it's quite demanding music, that's awesome. So I try to combine always both worlds. I'm still a fan of death metal, black metal, thrash metal, all kinds of extreme music. And if a band is playing technical, it's not the most important thing. For me, it's more about the attitude and the performance of an act that makes the big difference.
But you like complexity, right? You studied music, so your music is quite on a high level, let's say.
It's demanding, yes, but at the same time, on a level that you are still able to deliver something. So I want to be pleased as well playing on stage. So playing free chord music might be fun for the audience, but I prefer something different, so I just combine it. So we have easy songs, we have a lot of demanding songs, we have very technical songs, but we also have rock and roll songs where you can just headbang too. So it's more about the diversity and the variation within the music that is important to me.
Very curious. So let's do now, before we get to something random, about your videos. If you look at the videos, there are certain elements, you see someone guitar playing and so on. So what do you think are the elements for a good video?
Just don't get bored. It's the balance between having a storyline. So to me, all performance only videos are a little bit lame because everybody can do it and does it. So it's more about having a special look, having certain aesthetics that are lay in within the band as well. So within the artwork, the layouts, the stage production. I think that the video is just a element out of the big picture, and that has to be part of it. So for me, it's about the big picture.
Nice. What's the hardest skill you learned yourself? It can be outside of music.
The hardest?
Yeah, the hardest skill you developed or learned.
The hardest skill is. It's very hard to say. I learned a lot on the way, and since I'm a musician, I've been gifted traveling a lot, not only different countries but also different continents, and to understand the other side of other cultures is very, very demanding at times because people sometimes have an entirely different way of living.
Yeah.
And just to accept that and just to try to see a different perspective is very interesting. It's demanding and it's very hard to understand at times, but on the other hand, it's very interesting that there are different paths in life, how you you celebrate life overall. So I think this is the hardest, but at the same time also the nicest part.
Yeah, because you meet, I think, you make new friends and so on.
Yes, absolutely. You meet new people, like promoters, fans, people on the street. Sometimes when you come to a new country and you stay there for 1 or 2 days before the show is happening, of course you get a little bit of glimpse of the culture there, and to me this is absolutely interesting every time. And I've been traveling a lot already, but there are still so many dots in the world. We never had the chance to go to Africa, for example, and some parts of Asia we never visited so far. And also if you come back to a certain place after 10 years and you see how it changed, how it developed, or how the situation got worse, is also very interesting. So it's a never-ending journey.
Awesome. And let's go back to Obscura. So Obscura, it takes quite a long time to release an album. So I'm wondering what's next on the horizon?
Well, for us, we take our time, because an album is not an excuse to go on tour. We are not releasing an album every year or not even every 2 years. We always take the time and make sure we are ready for a new release. So the last record was out in 2021, and now we are just about to mix the next album, and that should be out early next year through Nuclearblast again. So then more and more touring is coming across.
Nice. So before we speak about Nuclearblast, let's speak about the lineup. I see you have live, I think, a studio lineup. So I'm wondering, with lineup changes, what do you search in your band members? What's important for you?
I think it's 50-50. First of all, you have to be capable of playing the material. Mm-hmm. And again, sometimes it's demanding. Mm-hmm. Second is simply to have, well, the right social vibe. So if you come into a group, you have to somehow be able to be part of it. So it's more about all the time you stay together aside the stage. So sometimes you have the best guitarist on the planet, but it's very hard to stay longer than 2 days with that person. So, and sometimes you have a guitarist or a bassist, drummer, whatever instrument he's playing, that can play everything but does not has a personal note. So I'm looking for the hand and egg at once. So basically a nice person that can play the stuff and also have a own unique sound. So this is my approach. And for the lineup, we are playing so many shows every year. We play around between 80 to 120 shows a year. Not everybody can do that. Not everybody likes the life on the road. You're far away from home. Some people have family already or other commitments, bands, jobs, anything. So the show must go on. The band is touring, and no matter what, if somebody cannot play, we have so many friends who can step in, and that's what we're doing in the summer, for example.
Nice. So let's and definitely agree on the road is difficult as well, as you're just going from place to place, a hard schedule to keep. So let's talk now about Nuclearblast. So what do you think about Nuclearblast, and how did it help your band to go further?
Well, we signed up with the label not too long ago. So A Valediction was the first album released on Nuclearblast. And when we entered the label, we have been just welcome. We felt very welcome in the North American office, in the European office. Recently, I visited the UK office because I want to meet people in person. I
definitely agree. That's what we do here live. I just want to meet instead of a screen.
Yeah, that's an entirely different thing than just being an email. Like you don't have a face to an email, and I loved it. I also had a very, very good relationship with our previous label, Relapse Records. They put out 4 albums and re-release. That was also nice, but we just fulfilled the contract at some time, and then we looked for something else. And Nuclearblast especially helped in Europe. We are a European band, and this is simply important for us that because we're touring worldwide, we are looking for a partner that helps us in every single corner of the world. So I'm very happy. And at the moment, we are preparing the new release, and just nice people. Nice people. I met half of the staff at Summer Breeze Festival recently, and it's also aside the business, great to hang out with those people.
Great. And we want to thank Nuclearblast for the great experience setting this up here. Thank you so much, Nuclearblast. And with this, anything you want to share about the new album? Any last words?
Well, watch out for the first single. It's going to drop in the next weeks. And I really hope to see you on the road starting in February next year.
Nice. Is Dublin on the map?
Maybe.
We will see. So thank you and see you next time. And thank you so much, Stefan, for the interview.
My pleasure.
See you.